What up, everybody? You're now tuned into the true definition of a sports fanatic. I'm your host, Brandon Lampley, back again today with a live stream. You know, I love doing these things, y'all. I told you it's therapeutic for me, but probably not gonna do this long. I've been doing pretty good, making them short because I ramble from time to time. You know, I just ramble. I get on the monologue and I just go, and I'll be watching my time. So I'm trying to keep it short, keep it concise, give you the facts, give you my opinion, and then move on from there. First and foremost, we'll start out today with Cam Newton. If you didn't see over the weekend, Cam was at one of his camps. Doing 707 camps, you know, with the football youth, young men, giving back to the community, being a philanthropist, you know, like he is. Y'all know I love Cam. So that being said, he's at the camp, and this kid is like, he's disrespecting Cam, telling Cam that he's broke, telling him he's going to be poor, telling him he's a free agent, he has no team. And this is a high school player, man. I could see if it was another NFL player or an athlete from another league who's on Cam's level, or maybe even a college athlete, you know, who's, you know, he was on his way to the league and he want to jab at him. But this is a kid who hasn't even made it to college yet, and he's talking crap about Cam. And Cam, I think Cam handled it perfectly. You know, first of all, he told the kid, he said, first of all, I'm rich. You go ahead and squash that right there. When somebody gets disrespectful, I understand that Michelle Obama wants us to go high when they go low, but that's not for everybody. Everybody can't go high when people go low. No. I'm petty. I'm going to meet you right where you are. You talking crap to me, son, you're broke. Point blank, period. End of discussion. But basically, he called the kid broke. He said, I'm rich. And then he asked the kid, he's like, I don't even want to talk to you, man. Where your dad at? Where's your father? Where's the father figure in your life? That's who I need to talk to. You know, and Cam did a long IG post, and he talked about it, explaining, what was going on. And you say that kid ended his career that day. I don't think he ended his career. If he's smart, he's using this as a teaching moment, a teaching lesson, Jakari. I hope that this is not the end of the road for him. I actually hope that he learns a lot from this. I hope he's successful the rest of his high school career, go to college and make it and be to the level that Cam is at. And let this moment be a turning point in his life for him to go in a different direction. Because the direction he's going in after seeing that, it's not a good direction. I'm going to explain why that's not a good direction. But I'm going to share it to a few groups real quick. So just bear with me. I can't wait to do this show with you, Jakari. I am ready, my brother. Soon. I'm doing more research. But yeah, I'm ready to get it popping. I know you're chomping at the bit. All right, let's see. Just hurry up. Football. Talks and debate. All right, almost done. The real deal. And let's see. Run your mouth. And let's see. There he is. Let's talk on the truth. All right. So the reason why that the direction this kid is going, if he doesn't learn from this, I say this a lot, especially about young black men. Young black men has always been, it's my concern, and they're my priority because that's what I once was. Young black kids in general, but especially young black men because of the things that, a lot of us face today. Some of it is our own doing, some of the things we can't control. But the young man who mouthed off to Cam Newton, it was very disrespectful. And it just shows a lack of male leadership. It shows a lack of father in the home. It shows a lack of, teaching and respect for men, because make no mistake about it, this disrespect that he spewed at Cam, a man that can clearly beat him into the ground at will. What do you think he's going to do to people that he's bigger than, stronger than? What do you think he's going to do? It doesn't stop here. If that young man hadn't have done that, there's no telling what path he's going to be on. Because now, of course, he's apologizing. They done found his Twitter and people going at the kid or whatever. And, they shouldn't, he brought majority of them himself. But Cam has already said his piece, and it's pretty much it's probably done. But man, this just shows me the lack of male leadership in our community and how much it is needed. Because I guarantee you, this kid comes from a single mother home. And, there's nothing wrong with single mother homes. I come from a single mother home, but the one thing a woman can raise you. She's well equipped to nurture and raise a young man, but she cannot teach him how to be a man. That's up to his father. That's up to men in the community. That's up to his coaches, pastors, whoever wants to quantify and however you want to describe it. It has to be by men who have experience, men who care for him, men that have his best interests. That's what he needs. If a young man that does not get that is lost. He has no direction, and he's going through his life being emotional. Now, that's one end of the spectrum. The other end of the spectrum is social media. Kids doing things for clout. Like, that's just what kids do, man. They want to go viral. They want to impress their friends. They want to look tough. They want to look hard. All those things. But young man, there's a lot of guys who want to do those things, and a lot of them are dead or in jail. I'm just saying. But anyway, moving on. After my 7 minute ramble, dog, I ain't know. See, that's what I'm talking about. I be rambling, man. It was 7 minutes. Anyway, I need to get that off my chest. Moving on. Now, Big Ben is done. It's over for Big Ben, man. I'm telling you. There's rumors swirling about the Pittsburgh Steelers getting ready to cut him. That's going to clear like $19 million in cap off their cap, because they're projected to be $30 million over the cap. And he's gone. He's pretty much gone. I think he's going to be gone, because if the Rooneys could easily dispel all of these rumors, they can come out and say, we're looking to make a deal, restructure his contract, and we're committed to Big Ben going into 2021. They have not done that because they're not committed to Big Ben. They're not. And then look at the facts. His center retires abruptly with his brother Marquise, and Mike Pouncey retired. So your center retires. They fired the OC, who was one of his buddies. Juju Smith-Schuster is probably on his way out. He's a TikTok star now. He's not really interested in football. And you about to be $30 million over the cap. And he needs to restructure, which he has agreed to restructure, but that might not be enough. So he may be on his way out. And I just couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine what direction they're going to go in or what they're thinking about. Because the quarterbacks that are going to be available to them, I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, are you going to run it with Mason Rudolph? Like, I don't think that's a good idea. I really don't think that that's a good idea. But maybe they think he's good enough to, hold it together, to see what he has as a kind of a pseudo rebuild year until you can go get your guy, because Mason Rudolph isn't the guy. And there are some good quarterbacks coming out in this draft, but Pittsburgh, I don't think they have enough. Do they have enough ammunition to go up and get a guy if they choose to do so? Because I don't see any quarterbacks that late in the first round available. See, Duck Hodges. I forgot all about that, Jakar. Yeah, Mr. Rudolph. Never forget, Rudolph is the one who got hit in the head with the helmet by Myles Garrett because he supposedly spewed a racial slur. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, Big Ben is on his way out, people. But I said this. I told you when they started losing, but it was even before they started losing. When they were 10-0, they were 8-0, 7-0, 6-0. I was like, this is the least impressive undefeated team I've ever seen in my life. When you think of undefeated teams, you think of a team that's 10-0. You think of a team that's 11-0. You would think this is a team that's going to come and mop the floor with a team that's less than them. It's not the case. Pittsburgh had been struggling, and it showed. They went 11-0, then 1-4 down the stretch, and got got the doors blown off them by the Browns. I haven't seen a butt whooping like that in a long time. So Big Ben is on his way out of Pittsburgh. He may come back this year, but it's going to be the same result. It's going to be the same result, man. Big Ben, Father Time has caught up with Ben Roethlisberger. He has. And then you got the GOAT in Tampa Bay just aging like fine wine. But, it is what it is, man. But let's see. We had 10 minutes. Cool. We had 10 minutes. All right. So moving on. I'm going to be talking more about it. I haven't talked much about it because when football is going on, not much else has my attention than football. I peek in on other sports. I seen where Draymond Green made a statement about how teams treat players who they're getting ready to trade. And I seen where Andre Drummond is getting ready to be traded from the Cavs, and they sat him and didn't allow him to play. And Draymond said it's the hypocrisy where if a guy wants to be traded, if he wants to leave, he gets dogged by the media, he gets dogged by fans, and he just pretty much seen as a not so great person. But a team could come out and say, hey, he's not playing. He has to sit on the sidelines because we're getting ready to trade him. And it's crickets, it's silence, it's nothing. And I agree with what Draymond is basically saying, and it is true. The teams don't face any backlash. But this is the thing, Draymond. Yes, you can sit there and talk about these things, but what are you going to do to change it? The only way you change these things is with the NBA PA, the president, Chris Paul. So when the next collective bargaining agreement comes up, you guys can put things in place to protect the players. That's the only way you're going to change this. Talking about it is not going to change it. You have to collectively bargain these things into the agreement. I mean, just look at the NFL players. The NFL players are going to be complaining about the CBA that they put in place a few years. Was it 2 years ago? They just signed this CBA not too long ago, and have almost 1,000 players didn't vote for the CBA because they didn't really care about their futures. All they heard was they got to smoke weed. Cool, you got the smoke, but looking at the other things in that CBA, it is not a good deal for the players. So NBA, Draymond, you have to do the same thing. Whatever you want, and you want teams to face, whether it's snap. Now I'm freezing up. Okay, there we go. I'm back. Whether it's you want more responsibility for the team, more responsibility for the players, whether it's franchise tags, however you want to quantify, whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to change, you have to collectively bargain these things. Talking about it is not going to get it done. It's the same with Major League Baseball right now. Their CBA ends in December 1st, 2022, and they're trying to work very hard on getting a deal done. And I get it. The league is comprised of mostly young guys. And young guys, when it comes to the technical parts of the league, when it comes to the collective bargaining agreement, I'm pretty sure a lot of them don't know what a collective bargaining agreement is. They don't know that they can negotiate certain things for them and their teammates. I'm pretty sure a lot of them don't really realize that, or they don't care. They just want to make millions of dollars and they want to play the game. I got it. Cool. But you need to educate yourself. Realizing the power you have as an athlete is very paramount going forward into the future when more money is being funneled into these leagues. Because people cry all day about athletes making millions of dollars, but you don't say anything about the billionaires behind the machine pocketing all the billions of dollars. They never talk about those things. But you want to talk about a kid who might most likely came from nothing, especially if he's a football player, made himself into something. He's making millions of dollars. And you want to say something about that. But hey, it is what it is, man. But let's see. What was next? But yeah, I agree with Draymond. But Draymond, you have to collectively bargain these things. Last topic. Yes. So everybody's going to sip the Kool-Aid on the Brooklyn Nets. And I get it. See, why can't Boogie find a home? Boogie? You talking about Boogie Cousins? I thought Boogie was in isn't Boogie in is he in Houston? Is Boogie in Houston? I thought Boogie was in Houston. Yeah, Boogie's in Houston. Because when James Harden left, he was like, it is what it is. If you're talking about Boogie Cousins, who you talking about? Brooklyn Nets have won. They parting ways. Oh no, I did not know that. Boogie's a different type of guy, man. I don't know, man. Boogie's a different type of guy. He's I won't say he's a headache, but he's not the easiest. Yeah, I got you, Jakar. I don't know. They say he's not the easiest to work with, so I don't know. I don't know. Boogie is a different type of cat, man. And then he's not the same player ever since he tore his Achilles, and I think he tore his ACL last year. So he hasn't been the same player since those injuries. He's been a different player. So I mean, if pre-injury Boogie Cousins, he's breaking the bank. But after those injuries, man, he hasn't been the same player. And Achilles tear really hampers careers, especially if you're young. Young and old, but especially basketball players, it does alter their careers. That's why. So it's not a surprise to see him come back. But KD, after coming off that Achilles tear, how good he's been. It's rare for NBA players to continue to be at a superstar level after tearing their Achilles. So I think that's what's going on with Boogie Cousins too, Jakari. But Brooklyn has won 6 straight. The last 4 without KD. They swept the Pacific West, beating the Clippers, Lakers, Suns, Kings, all of that. And I got it. Your big 3 is a really nice big 3. I got it. It's very, very nice. Those guys can score. They're going to score 85 to 90 points most nights. Got it. That's cool. But to say now people proclaiming that they're going to win it all, how do you come to that conclusion already? Well, because Anthony Davis is hurt right now. I mean, I'm not. Are we certain that they're going to come out of the East? Because they can score 85 to 90 points between the 3 of them, but they got to count on those role players. And I get it; those role players are very, very good. I get it. I got it. Those guys, Shamit, although they can hit. They can hit from just about anywhere. I got it. But just like they beat the Clippers against the Lakers, Shamit couldn't miss against the Clippers. Boy couldn't hit the ball side of the barn. So it's going to come down to the role players. And, of course, injury. It's going to come down to injury, which KD, is he going to be healthy? Kyrie, who stays broke. And not to mention key moments, can they play lockdown defense? And this is the other biggest factor to the Brooklyn Nets and people proclaiming that they're going to win the title. Which James Harden are you going to get in the playoffs? I mean, let's be honest. He hasn't been a world beater in the playoffs. He hasn't been this otherworldly player in the playoffs. When the playoffs come, from time to time, he struggles. He does. It is what it is. So which James Harden are you going to get? I mean, are you banking on the fact that he has 2 other superstars and it's going to take a bit of the load off of him and the pressure won't be so high on him? Maybe. But Houston didn't put hot garbage around him. Those were quality teams around James Harden in Houston. And he still came up short time and time and time again. So, I mean, I don't know. It's people love being prisoners of the moment, man. They love the new shiny toy. What's new on the block, So, I mean, I don't know. But I don't think they're going to win the title. I'm close to saying that they're locked to come out of the East, but I'm not going to disrespect Philadelphia, Milwaukee. Boston gave up a 24-point lead against the New Orleans Pelicans. That's a little alarming. And the Heat have been struggling. So, but anyway, it is what it is. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in. 20 minutes, man. I did a good job. I cut down on this live, man, so I won't be going on and on, even though I did open it up with 7-minute monologue about Cam Newton and respect and single mothers and fathers and stuff. But it is what it is, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Appreciate all the love and support. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on my social medias. Check me out, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all those things, man. I appreciate y'all. But take it easy, man. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.